All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame. And as you can see, we are selling off a little bit today. But I do want to point out that the volume to the downside is not as strong as I would have presumed. So even if we go sideways right now, it's not a bad thing. It will just bring our indicators down more so that way we can basically close above them even quicker. I just want to point out that the daily 21 EMA now is officially into the golden pocket resistance that we've been trying to fight. The price action is doing a great job of squeezing into this little descending triangle on our 2,800 and $28,678 support. That level has bounced us so many times now that I'm just waiting for this level to break. So that way we just sweep down, take all this liquidity on this level, and then find some support maybe on 27,500. And if we don't find some support there, then we can go lower to this 25,400, this previous wick. We could maybe even tap these uh, naked daily point of controls, and then we can bounce back up and then go from there. So just be very, very patient today. The goal is for us to close above the low that we have already put in. So we do not want to lose 28,800 to the downside today on a daily close. Otherwise, we're going to be looking for these lower targets that I'm mentioning here. And then I'll point this out a little bit more on the 4 hour. But after losing 29,000 with 4 hour opening closes, you have this 28,800 as a level of support. After losing that with 4 hour open and closes, you have all these lower targets that are going to become a reality. And we're going to have to wait and see what price wants to do before we can even say where we're going to go next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a 4 hour so we can zoom in a little bit and discuss our possibilities more. Okay, going in a 4 hour, we have actually pretty high volume on that last 4 hour candle. The daily doesn't have too much volume because we just opened the daily. As you can see, we bounced off our bottom of our Bollinger Band as well as our fib, this 28,800, which we've been looking at for the last like 3, 4, 5 days. Any 4 hour open and closes under 28,700, you should be looking for this measured move to play out to the downside. So just be ready for a quick move down. We can come all the way down, tap this area, and then bounce up, retest, fail, come all the way down even lower this time, retest, fail. And then if we lose the middle of this channel, then we can look for deeper projections. The point of the middle of this channel is it's also coinciding with the $27,500 level, which is the fib, the shallow fib on this 4 hour. So that's a possible area for us to bounce due to this consolidation. Um, if we find support here and bounce up, we still have to close above 28,800. If we close the daily under 28,800, we should assume these lower targets to come in over time anyway. But the warning is if you close any 4 hour candles under here, you're going to officially be looking for this entire wick area to be filled. And then we have to see, are we going to get support on the bottom of this wick again? Or are we going to go into this lower untapped areas and then look for support and bounce? I have my eye on 23,000 if 25,400 fails, which I do expect it to break down a little bit. It's not going to be long. It could just be a short bounce, short wick down. But the channel that I have here is for the fact that I expect to bounce in this area before we go back up. So I'm just going to leave these doodles here because I love to share the chart later. And then you guys can tear me apart in comments. I'm going to go to a daily on Ethereum now, and then we'll follow up. Going to the upside, like I was pointing out all this, now we have the 55 and the 21 EMA basically converging on each other. 4 hour opening closes above 30,000. You have the possibility of making this measured move to the upside. to 32,000 or 500, basically. First, you're going to have the resistance at the fib, which is 31,250, and then 4 hour closing above 31,250, you can look for this upside movement. Another thing is our weekly close, our goal is to basically be above 29,300. So closes above 29,300 is a good thing, and the likelihood of us going up from there is higher than down. It's only with continual closes under 29,300 am I looking more and more for this downside target to come back. But as soon as we reclaim 29,300 with high time frame closes, aka any time frame, as long as our weekly closes above there, next week I expect the upside retracement to come through. And that's only if we close Sunday at 8 above 29,300. Okay, just wanted to stress that, guys. I don't really care what happens in the meantime. I'm just waiting for that one data point before I can say, hey, next week, this is what I'm expecting with price action. As of right now, for this week, I'm expecting this low to get taken out. I'm expecting this low to get taken out and price to come back above 29.3 for me to look for retracement to the upside next week. Otherwise, if we come down here and we close Sunday under 29.3, I'm going to have a new target for us to break after Sunday at 8. And then if we close above that next week, then we could look for the retracement to the upside. So I have very strict rules that I'm going to follow before I take this long. And I'm not going to take the short, but I have this idea out here if the short does play out. I will be looking for my levels of support for my long to the upside, assuming that this is as low as it goes. But this is worth a bounce it for me in the long run, like a very, very good bounce I would expect for a quick scalp. All right, enough of that. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum on a daily is weaker than Bitcoin. So Ethereum is officially starting to fill in that inefficiency. As you can see, we are lower than the last body. Yes, we are lower. So Ethereum is officially weaker than Bitcoin, and it's actually following the path that I had drawn out. As soon as we broke the triangle, we made our measured move, and we're actually under our measured move right now. So as of right now, Ethereum, if we do not close Ethereum above 1925 on Sunday, I expect this lower measure move to come out anyway. And as you can see, I've already have drawn out the support, which is at 1715. If we don't get a bounce at 1715 and we start closing 4 hours open and closing underneath it, I'm looking for these lower targets to be hit at 1300 and these lower fib targets. If these targets start coming into action for Ethereum, there's no way Bitcoin is not going to follow this. So just be very, very careful about Bitcoin because more than likely it's going to come into that area as well. If we can hold 1715 and then find some bounces back up, that would be fantastic. But we need to get above our last high, which is 1995, before we can look for a higher move to the upside. And that's where this green movement comes in. It's looking for us to get above 1925, a test and support, and then a break. What we had was we broke under 1925 with the open and closes, and then we closed outside of our blue triangle consolidation, and the measured move kicked in so fast right as that happened that, if you weren't ready for this caught you, deer with the headlight kind of situation. So right now, I'm waiting to see if this wick is going to get protected. If not, we have a little naked pocket right underneath that at around 1700. Any closes under 1700, we're looking for the measured move to the downside to play in, and then we can look for our shallow fibs where it would play out as well. And it's around 924. So let's go to a 4 hour on this so we can zoom in exactly what's going on here. So the volume is high on a 4 hour, but it's not that bad. Closing outside of this, if we close this 4 hour under 1870, we're going to look for new lows. So we're already trending outside and the measure move is in full force right now. So we're just going to have to wait and see where this wants to find bottom, and it's going to take some time. I'm not expecting the bottom within the next hour unless it closes above 1875. Any closes under 1875, I'm looking for a new low in the next 4 hours. And now you should be very, very cautious with Bitcoin because if Ethereum is doing this, Bitcoin is next. So be very, very careful, guys. Unless we have open and closes above 1950 or 1995, I'm not looking for any upside yet. So I need open and closes on 4 hours above that. Other than that, I'm waiting for this downside to come into a close, waiting for the sell volume to stop. I'm looking for the buys to come in, and I will be looking for the retracement to the upside. But as of right now, this thing is trending down, and I need to give it at least another 4 hours to see what happens. So into the open of the market today, you guys will see. Also, be very, very careful that I think Friday is Options Friday. So all the options for the month will be expiring. It's not quarterly, it's just for the month. So after Friday, we can see some upside movement into the weekend, guys. Since all week we're trending down, the weekend can be counter and go up just to stop out all the shorts. So be very, very careful with your positioning on that sense. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the section below. If there's anything I can do to explain my TA, let me know. I'll do that. Aside from that, please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, so I continue doing these videos. It's not easy working 2 jobs over 14 hours a day and doing YouTube on top of that. So you guys have to keep me encouraged so I keep this going. Lastly, don't forget to press the bell button for notifications so you get these updates as soon as they come out. And then I just want to make sure you guys are trading carefully, be safe. We already made this measure move and we're extending down. So, let's see how deep this goes and look for support before you turn into this. And then if you find support here, then you can consider maybe the support on Bitcoin to come in too. So you can time your trade accordingly if you want to trade only Bitcoin and you're just using Ethereum as a guidance. All right, guys. Well, aside from that, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Be safe and just don't forget that I love you. And if you need me, I'm here for you. Thank you.